Hi, everyone. It is Numerologist Glynis McCants, and it's been a minute since I did a YouTube live, but I thought we should start doing them more often, especially in this world number 9 when there's just so much craziness happening and also unexpected stuff. So what I hope to do is give you more peace of mind. I came across this book. It's about healing thoughts. And one of the phrases it said, there are many things in this world that can affect our minds and emotions. We need to learn to rise above it all. And it's true. It's very easy when things start going wrong to take it personally, to get upset, to feel depressed, but don't let someone else's emotion take it from you, right? Joyce Meyer, who's a wonderful preacher, her line is, don't let anyone else steal your joy. And I do agree with that. You cannot let somebody else ruin things for you, even though it feels like for that moment it is. You just have to step back. And it does make a big difference when you do. So I'm saying hi to people coming in because I want you guys to be able to ask questions. And if Keith Fletcher is here today, Keith, you get a prize today if you show up. He tends to make it to these live events. But there's Sue. Hi, Sue, a woman who goes by Smile Soul 20. Humberto, Laura, Hobo Kelly. That's how it feels. Nancy, and it looks like Trix as opposed to Trixie. And then my wonderful sister, Vanessa. If you've been dealing with my company ever since that pandemic happened, we started working together, and she's just been a godsend in helping me when it comes to events and the emails and calls. So we're going to do a shout out and have Vanessa come on in and say hello. So here you are, Vanessa.
Hi, everybody.
Yes. And hello. You need to let's talk about just when I do those spontaneous readings, what exactly they want to put down when we run those numbers.
So super important. Oftentimes, you guys will put a quick question, but you don't put a full date of birth. Right. She is the numbers lady, so it's important that you put the full date of birth. It's always best if you put the numbers. So June 6, 1989. So you would put 6/6/1989. Just make it easy. Also, be specific on what your question is, right? You look like you're thinking for me, Glynis, are you?
Well, I was thinking when you said June 6, 1989, I'm like, wait, is that 666? We don't need the devil. We don't want the devil.
That's very funny. But remember, that isn't what that equals. So
yeah,
anyway.
It's not true. Right. So the month and day, actually, it would be a 3. Yes. And then we'd have a 66. But that would be a magnetic.
Yeah. So, number. And then the other thing I want to say is that frequently, one or two of you will put your same question, your birthday and everything about 20 times in the feed. So we get it. You want Glynis to pick you, but that doesn't really help. So just put it out there, what it is you want to know. And then again, you want to put the full date of birth, but we're not looking for the month and that we want the numbers.
And you also could say, when you do put your note down with your question, now I see you're all putting dates of birth, which is great, but you want a question with that date of birth, unless you want me just to talk about your birth date. But number 2, when you do this, it's okay to say, pick me, exclamation point in the one you submit. You can do that. All right. And since a lot of you.
So you do have quite a few that are doing a great job. They're literally putting their full date of birth and then they say health. They're saying love. So it's not necessarily, it's like what they're hoping to find out more about. So
right. All right. So thanks, Vanessa. I'm going to pop you up for now, but she'll be keeping an eye on everything for us. She says, by the way, I do have 5 sisters. So when she says I'm her favorite sister, come on, there's actual competition. She knows it. She's happy with it.
We already know it's Teresa. It's all good.
Oh, yes. And leave it to us that she caught this episode.
Right.
Sorry, T.
Yeah.
All right. So looking at these dates of birth, one person I already saw. But first, before I do that, I did say I wanted to cover a hot topic. And I want Vanessa to write these numbers down. So Vanessa will go ahead and write this down, and then she can put it in our little news feed. This is regarding Gene Hackman. So Gene Hackman, Hackman. His date of birth, 1/30/1930. And the numbers for Gene Hackman, 37138 with a star /4 attitude. And then his wife of, 30 years, Betsy Arakawa. So it's BETSY ARAKAWA, and date of birth 12/15/1959. 12/15/1959. Now, here's the blueprint, and Vanessa, I will have her write it down so we can put it in the news feed. His numbers are 37138 with a star /4 attitude. 37138 with a star /4 attitude. Her numbers are 73166 with a star /9 attitude. Okay. So any of you who follow the news, you've certainly heard this story that, Gene Hackman was found with his wife. They were passed away. And although he had 3 dogs, one dog was dead. Well, the reason that dog was dead, he was left in its crate, right? So I think it was dehydration, starvation, whatever it was. But as for these two, when they inspected and did their investigation, they said that Betsy had passed away earlier, like either February 11th or February 12th, and Gene Hackman had passed away February 17th. And they reached that conclusion because of his pacemaker. That's when it stopped working. So, of course, it's a tragic story across the board. But what I do is the numbers lady, I just want to know, what was their relationship like, right? Well, technically, when you see that, he's got the 371, she's got the 731. The point is, when you share 3 numbers out of 6, it's a soulmate connection. So I do believe there was tremendous love here. So it wasn't about lack of love, but he had dementia and he was 95. I mean, Alzheimer's, right? He was not doing well. So for her to pass away, they believe because there was food, in the kitchen, there was water. It's not like he couldn't do all that, but he just didn't have the wherewithal to call 911. And as for her, they say she died of this bizarre virus. It's called the Hantavirus pulmonary syndrome. And what it has to do with, it says it can come from rodents, like rodent species and stuff like that. So who knows? I mean, they lived, I believe, in New Mexico. Who knows what all was on their property? But I'm just so sorry that would be what took her out. Now, when you look at their attitude number, and in this year, the year 2025 is a 9. So when you just add the attitude number to the 9. So in her case, 9 plus 9 is 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. So she was in a personal year of 9. In his case, 9 plus 4, because he had a 4 attitude. 9 plus 4 is 13. 1 plus 3 is 4. He was in a personal year of 4. So what does that tell us? Well, one, of course, when I do the breakdown, I know they had 3 challenge numbers out of 6, which means they both had to work to keep the relationship healthy. So it's not like, it was just easy. No, it was work. Not to mention she was in her 60s, right? Her husband was 95. Well, talk about dedication, because she was there for him. That's what his friends are saying, that she was very loyal and protective of him. I don't know the whole story about the family, but I know he had kids. And I just find it heartbreaking that no one checked on their father at the time. But they also say he didn't necessarily have a phone. He just didn't like today's technology. So that means he didn't have a cell phone. But I'd be shocked if there wasn't a landline in that house. So again, it's tragic that this happened, but I take comfort in knowing they loved each other. This was a loving relationship. She really dedicated herself to him. Then when she got sick and died, I wish she had called 911 before she passed away. But again, I'm not familiar with that virus enough to say I would know how it works, how quickly, and what does it do to your mind, right? Maybe you can't get up. Who's to say? But soulmate connection, they shared 731, and the 6 life path number is compatible to each other. The day they were born, compatible to each other. So there was a lot of good in this relationship, and I simply say, may he rest in peace. I thought Gene Hackman was a phenomenal actor, and she was evidently an amazing pianist, like classical pianist. And I'm sure she did take care of him. And they were really into each other. It doesn't seem like they invited a lot of people in, but the other word is that he was an artist. And would that surprise any of us? No. So again, may they both rest in peace. And if there's more to be revealed, I welcome it. I'll let you know. All right. But that's what I do as the numbers lady. When something happens, good or bad, I'm like, wait, what's their birthday? What's the name they went by? I want to know that numerology blueprint. So today, when I do your stuff, we're doing what I call fast food numerology. I will literally take a look at your question and your date of birth and give you some quick advice. The other thing I wanted to say, I wanted to give an affirmation because we are in the month of 3, which is all about communication. And what I say is it'd be really easy to be misunderstood, right? If you're expressing yourself, saying what's on your mind, sometimes we're too direct. Maybe sometimes we've been kept up all night and we're not quite ourselves the next day, which I can relate to. And so that can alter you, right? You may not be as thoughtful, thinking about what are my words? What am I trying to say? And also what I'm going to do, I did have Melissa pull an affirmation from my book, but I don't see it. So she's going to have to grab it real quick and show me. I'm giving her these papers because I want you to have a beautiful affirmation to help you choose the right words when you communicate for the whole month, because the month of 3 is about expressing yourself. And then we're in the world number 9. So the world number 9 amplifies. That's just what this year is. This year has an intensity to it, no question. This year has an intensity to it, and you've got to pay attention to that to help you with your life, but also to realize if you feel a little overwhelmed, it's the world number 9 that's making you feel that way. Okay? Okay, so here it is. These are the words, you should write them down. I speak with kindness and love and look for the good in everyone. So again, this whole month of 3 communication, if someone's just rubbing you the wrong way, pushing every button, stop and say to yourself, I speak with kindness and love, and I look for the good in everyone. So write it down. I speak with kindness and love, and I look for the good in everyone. You should say it for 15 minutes out loud to get results, and if you have found that this month has been difficult, that communication has been hard for you, or that you feel misunderstood, that affirmation can only help you. All right. All right. So Vanessa did give us those numbers. Do you see them right there on the board? Yep. So make a note of it. You should write it down. It is fascinating to understand, what makes people tick, where are they coming from. Even in the case of Betsy, that number 9, that's all about family. And clearly she saw Gene Hackman as her family, her most important family. The one thing I want to know about, and I can't wait to find out more, why didn't those kids reach out sooner in some way to check on them? That's the thing, because it wasn't a family member that found them. Yeah, and that's why I said more will be revealed. Okay, I'm going to pop Vanessa on just in case she needs to tell us something. Vanessa? Vanessa, clearly not. I just popped you on camera. Did you need to tell us anything?
I'm here.
Perfect. So as you can see, Vanessa's a mental patient, and I say that with love. It happens. At least she took her helmet off. I appreciate that. Okay. Vanessa,
wait,
I'll give her a chance.
What? Did you just kick me out? Okay, so I wanted to give you all a little lesson on Hantavirus. Can I give you a lesson on Hantavirus?
Yeah, go ahead. But not a lesson. We're not here. We didn't sign up for that workshop, but you can tell us a little something.
It's just really quick. It's really quick. Really quick. So when I worked for the National Park Service, and we used to go do audits. When we would go do audits, there was a hard rule. If we went into any of the rooms that there were any mouse droppings at all, what happens is it turns dusty. And so when you walk on it, it throws that dust up, and that Hantavirus can make you very, very ill. And so it was interesting when I heard that's what she passed from, because I had been warned about this 20 years ago. And Hantavirus is very deadly, but it is from mouse droppings that are old, dusty, dry, and they go, when they get moved up in the air, if you breathe them in, it can kill you. Crazy.
Wow. Scary. Well,
I know.
thanks for that heads up. Because when I was outside, I noticed 3 little mice, Vanessa, right by the pool. And I was going to pet them, but now I will not.
Did they have canes and little glasses? Were they blind?
Very good. Okay. So I'm going to pop this up just to comment on it. It's Carolyn. She said, if I was famous, I'd be selective of whom to call friends. Well, of course, I agree with you. However, when you're 95 years old and you're dealing with Alzheimer's and you're a caretaker and you're the only one, you got to have something set up, right? To make sure that what just happened. I always feel like when people pass away, if you're a spiritual person, you believe that they've moved on to their next spiritual lesson. So that means when it happens, it's the rest of us that learn from it. We are all going to learn from it. And I say you set stuff up so that doesn't happen. That if one of them were to pass away, there'd be some sort of alarm to at least get to the house. Oh, yeah, I definitely feel strongly about that. Okay. All right. Thank you for that. I'm going to do this. Okay. I'm popping through here. So it looks like Vanessa's going to keep an eye out for Keith because he was actually going to get a little treat if we found him. Here's something cute. A gal named Faith. I'll click her in. She says, I wake above dirt and that makes it a great day. See, I'm in agreement with you. I think every time we wake up, it is a blessing to be here, and it's a chance to do it better, right? It's a chance, and gratitude is key every morning to just be grateful for what you have, because complaining gets us nowhere. Okay, all right. I'm gonna scroll up to some of the people who jumped in first. Let's see. We'll jump to this because this is important too. So Humberto says, hi, Glynis, I love your books. Well, the books are, Vanessa can write this down, Glynis Has Your Number and Love by the Numbers. These books are at Amazon.com. They are available at our website, numberslady.com. And for those of you, I'm actually really surprised. We have thousands of people on our newsletter list, but sometimes we'll check and they bought no book. Like they don't know anything except reading that newsletter. To me, I wrote those books to help you with your life, to make your life better. These are tools to help heal you, but also to help you understand your friends, your family, your coworkers. It's invaluable information. So if you don't have Love by the Numbers or Glynis Has Your Number, you want to get those books, and they are available. And visit the website. There it is, glynishasyournumber.com. But thank you for that, Humberto. I certainly appreciate your feedback. Okay, let's scroll through. I'll grab this one. So it says Smile Soul 20, and it says the date of birth is 10/2/1975. Questions will be, will money flow into my bank account in 3 months? Okay. So born on a 2 day, 3 attitude, 4 7. So you're a 7 life path. First of all, Smile. Wish I knew your real first name. I like to talk to people with their first name, but I want you to know that because you have the 2 and the 7, that attracts spiritual energy. It attracts magic. And then you have a 3 attitude. You're in a personal month of 3, personal year of 3. You can be proactive. You should be doing an affirmation about prosperity. We cover that a lot. You just need to talk about it. If you go to my Facebook page or Instagram, I do give affirmations about prosperity, and you should look it up because that's going to make the difference. We can't attract what we don't believe. And let's say we come from poverty or we come from a family that was afraid about money. There's a good chance we have the same problem. We are afraid we can't get ahead. But when you affirm daily a prosperity affirmation, you are inviting it in, right? So sometimes I just say, I'm healthy, wealthy, and loved. I'm healthy, wealthy, and loved. I'm healthy, wealthy, and loved. And I'll say that out loud for 15 minutes because then I'm tapping into everything, right? My health, my wealth, my love. And certainly you could use that smile, but be proactive. Do it 15 minutes a day out loud. And yes, you are certainly in a cycle to be able to attract more prosperity into your life. When you said in 3 months, why not? Why not this month? Why not next month, right? The key is out loud. The universe is listening. So you don't want to whisper it in your head. That's not going to help you. Okay. Thanks for that question. All right. I'm clicking through looking for stuff. Hold on. Well, I'm going to go ahead and grab this one. So this is a gal named Mariana. Her date of birth is 3/14/1971 and 8/9. Well, we're dealing with 8 and a 5. Wow. The first thing I'd say, Mariana, is there's no doubt in my mind you've been through a lot in this lifetime. This has just not been easy peasy, light and breezy. If anything, you've had to find new ways to respond with what goes on, because if you internalize with these numbers, because you were born on a 5-day 8 attitude, 8 life path, you could get sick. And what did you ask? You asked about your health and your professional life. So what did I just say? That quick one? I'm healthy, wealthy, and loved. I'm healthy, wealthy, and loved. I'm healthy, wealthy, and loved. If you start affirming that, say it out loud 15 minutes a day, that can only have a healing impact on you and your body. Okay? And you happen to be in a personal year of 8. What do I say about caution? Watch what flies out of your mouth. You're already direct. You're honest. But I think when we're in a cycle of 8, it's even harder to keep our thoughts to ourselves. And also pay attention to who's in your life. Are these people supportive of you? Or do you feel like they're not supportive of you? They don't really have your back. Because you've got to figure that out. That's a really good thing to do in this cycle. But by doing the affirmation while you work on it, I'm also suggesting take a look at the food. What are you eating? Your water. Anything you can do to put some positive stuff in that body will make a huge difference for you. Okay? So thanks for that question. Now I'm scrolling down. I'm doing this foot surgery. Ready? It says the date of birth 10/13/1963. 4, 5, 6. It says pick me, foot surgery, April 3rd. Is it okay? All right. So here's the thing. I'm concerned about that date. And if anyone who reaches out to me to ask such a question obviously wants me to be honest. You don't want me to sugarcoat. Here's the concern I have. The month, April 3rd, the month and day, when you add it together, 4 + 3 is 7. The actual day is a 3, and then the whole date's a 7. So we're talking 737. That automatically means there's duality in the date, which can sometimes promote confusion. And you sure don't want confusion. Not if you're going to have foot surgery. You want that surgery to go beautifully. The other concern I have, you said 10/13/1963. All right, 5, 6. You've got the 6 life path, born on a 4-day 5 attitude. When we're in a cycle of 5, it already means things move quickly, can feel a little chaotic, and sometimes drama does happen. So no, I need you to pick this date for you beautifully. Like 7 is not even compatible to your 6. So you see my point? Now, what can you do? Go to numberslady.com. And Vanessa, put your hand up if you're paying attention. I don't know. Let's see. Yep, her hand's up. Vanessa, I want you to tell them where to go for the calendar, because this is exactly why I created those calendars. They're at the website, numberslady.com. But if you type in your date of birth, you get a calendar that tells you the best dates for you to schedule surgery. And again, foot surgery is sacred. You want it to go so smoothly that you heal quickly and you're walking beautifully in no time flat. Okay, so again, I'm rejecting that date, and you're going to have to, look at the calendar and pick something that's better for you. All right? Okay. Thanks for your question. And Vanessa, you want to jump in and say something? You're in, Vanessa. Are you muted?
Yeah. So if you go to Numbers Lady, no?
What do you mean, no?
Can you hear me?
Of course.
You said, are you muted? I'm not muted.
No, I said, are you a mute? There's a difference.
Now. Anyway, it does say right below numberslady.com. The other one said Glynis has your number. So if you just go to Glynis's website, her products page, you can get her calendar. You will put in your full date of birth once again, because she is the numbers lady, and it automatically calculates which life path calendar you're going to get. So you don't have to do any of that. It's done for you automatically. There are two options. One is the hard copy, if you like old school, where you like to write on that calendar, and the other one is a PDF. I personally love the PDF because then I'm able to open it up on my phone and I'm able to look right at my calendar, because I downloaded it on my phone, so I can look at the dates. I can schedule that way. But it just totally depends on what you like. The calendars, without exaggeration, are gorgeous. So you'll love it printed or on your phone or your computer. And every single year, thousands of people say, I cannot live without my calendar. I just can't. So true. Yeah, they're phenomenal. And like Glenna said, every single day is accounted for. So it's not like some days she's telling you if it's a good or bad day. It's every single day for the entire year. So it's never too late to get it. We do sell them all the way up until October. So truly, they're out there. You get one if you don't have one, and they make excellent gifts. Excellent.
Right, but also super important for the surgery, which was my point.
Surgery,
right date for surgery.
Interviews, going to a doctor's appointment, my physical therapy. Remember, I went on a caution day, worst day of my life. My physical therapist literally sent me home. Yeah. She said, I've never seen someone in this much pain ever. All my days forward were sunny, and I never went through that pain again, ever.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so let's pop over here. I'm gonna pop all the way down. Some gal named Mariana, she said that she did tell, I think she said it was her kid. She has 4 children, and she said she would say to them the words, she'd tell them to repeat the words, I'm healthy and strong, my boo-boo is gone. Now I have to tell you, what I saw, because I have astigmatism, I thought you said, I'm healthy and strong, my bamboo is gone. I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? But now I realize, boo-boo, not bamboo. Yeah, no, that's perfect. And you said that your child that was a Cancer, not numerology, astrology, was the one who responded the most to it. And I love that. But yeah, it's so important. Okay, so I'm looking here. I don't know why you're doing that. What is your point? Okay, yeah, someone said they have astigmatism too. I used to make a joke about that. I said, when you have astigmatism, things are a little blurry and people look prettier when it's a little blurry, right? Because you can't make out the whole deal. All right. Wait, here's something cute. This gal, Mariana, says, oh my God, I used to sell lucky bamboo. This is the same woman who said boo-boo. So I was psychically picking up the bamboo. Because what does that have to do with anything? I love it. Great little story there, Mariana. Okay. Let's see. Who else? Guys, keep submitting if you want an answer to a quick question, because we'll wrap up soon, but not just yet. And I will help you. I see some. I think what I'll do is just grab a date of birth to show you what I do when I get someone's date of birth. Okay, we'll do that. So here's an example. Where is that? I just saw someone born 11/30. Okay, here we go. So you see that name, Angie Green. Now, what I'm not doing is the name numbers the way I did Gene Hackman and his wife. But I am looking at the birth date because those 3 birth numbers are sacred. They never change. You can always change your name in numerology, right? We can change our name. People do it all the time, and it can actually improve your life. Yeah, on that note, if you ever want to do a name change, track us down. We'll set up a reading for you. But going to this, born on a 3 days. So we're talking 5 attitude, 1 life path. What does that tell me about Angie? Angie. You are very high energy. The numbers 157 are incredibly cerebral. They have a ton on their mind. I call them human popcorn machines because there's just so much going on always. And hopefully, Angie, you can respond to validate what I'm saying. Born on a 3-day tells me you have a sense of humor. And because you're a one life path, I'll bet it's quick. Like you just think of the punchline and say it. This year, you happen to be in a personal year of 5. And 5 just means it is not in your control. So I compare it to a riptide. If I'm in a riptide, I can't fight it. If I roll with it, I'm going to be okay. It's when I fight it that I can get tired and actually drowned. So you do not want to do that. And because you've always had a 5 attitude, I'm sure you can relate to the speed of things. One of the things I would teach you, Angie, when you do good in your life, to stop and acknowledge it, to simply say, hey, I did really good. And just give yourself a moment, do something special for you instead of what's next. The one life path is always afraid they're running out of time. So that is my message to you. And again, that just comes from your birthday. I'm popping over now to, they didn't give me a name. Their name is, let's see, I'm going to do something real quick. I don't know if I can take that, go back. Let's add to the stage. Wow. Let's put Vanessa in there for a second while we figure out what happened to me. There you are, Vanessa. See how I disappeared?
Hi. I do.
So you're by yourself, but
Hi.
I'm not there, which I don't know why.
You're right. But it seemed like you were doing. It appeared that you were doing.
Doing what, honey?
Well, you said, let me look at something. And so it appeared you were doing something when you were saying this person's
no, and all I did, what I'm getting at is all I did was hit remove. Now, I believe, Melissa, did you say Mercury in retrograde's coming right up?
Yes.
And that's the 14th?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, so well, how about you check and see?
Yeah.
So we're specific and right. Yeah, because I did not turn off my camera. It thinks it's on, so I'm going to do it. Okay, I'll do that. Well, I'm going to go. That's fascinating.
Should I pretend like I'm you?
No. Am I a robot?
I am a robot.
No.
Mercury retrograde is.
I'm going to add. So fascinating. You are in the stream with audio only. Yeah. That's right. Now let's start in the camera and see if it comes back. No. So yeah, we don't know why that happened, except that perhaps I'm supposed to say to you that Mercury in retrograde starts in a couple of days, and you can always feel a little bit before it starts and also right after. But the fact that my visual is missing, because I'm still here, my camera's in front of me, but you can hear my voice, and Vanessa and I are both here. But I was going to talk about this birthday, so let's do it. Where it says my Mount View, 7/14/1982. So born on a 5-day, 7/14. So that's a 3 attitude, 3, 4, 5. So we're dealing with double 5. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. So again, this is high energy. Now, when it comes to health, usually when someone asks about their health, it means they're having some sort of health issues. As I did earlier, I already gave you an affirmation to help you with that. I suggest you use it. But also, double 5, I have to say, if 5s want life to go smoothly and they don't want any trouble, there's always something, right? There's like some drama shows up out of nowhere. So you got to keep your sense of humor. And because you are in a personal year of 3, it's about getting in touch with your inner child. Finding ways to just enjoy yourself, right? Communication. Remember this too. A 3 and a 5 are the lights in numerology. And as a light, you have to be careful to not attract those emotional vampires, the ones who want to drain you. They see your light, they feel the need to come at you, but you don't have to take that in. That's the key. All right? So my little promise to myself was I was going to do about 33 minutes today, and you guys can spread the word. We're going to find out what happened to that camera. Make sure it doesn't happen again. But remember, on the 14th, and it goes till when, Melissa?
Till April 6th.
So March 14th through the 6th of next month, we're going to deal with Mercury retrograde. But I firmly believe you can still accomplish a lot when Mercury is in retrograde. You just have to double check everything. You can't assume that when you said it one time, that was enough, because it won't be. People will, they just don't hear you. You think you had a great conversation, and a week later, they don't remember what the heck you said. Okay? Keep that in mind. And that's it for now. I'm going to put Vanessa back on because you can see Vanessa. Hey, Vanessa.
Hey, Glenn.
Now, Vanessa, here's my question. Do you have that same camera that you had me get? That little goo or whatever
My goose goo? My goose goo?
Yeah, well, mine's broken. That's the one.
My goose goo is working, but I do want to say two things real quick. Harlan said we're in shadow Mercury right now, as of
That's
today.
right. I already said that. You feel it.
And then also I also wanted to let you know that our buddy Keith Fletcher is here.
Oh my gosh, we have to talk to him. Can you get him on? How do we do it? I've got a big surprise for Keith.
Well, you want me to put him on?
Yeah, see if you can. Of course, there's no camera for me, so who are we kidding? Do you think you could do it, Vanessa?
I believe
because I got a nice surprise for Keith. And guess what? He's only getting this surprise because he follows my work, which means every one of you could qualify at some point to get exactly what I'm about to tell him he got. Well, that's exciting, Glynis. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, write that down. Waiting for Keith. My goodness.
Oh, Glynis.
Do we have him?
So funny. Again, I we're used to things coming really quickly, but you still have to wait.
No, but if you can get them. Okay, wait. There's someone named. I'll just put them up. I'll put them on the board. Ready? No, I'm just talking about someone else. Tinfoil hat, born on a 7-day. So is this person really 777? Whoa. So Tinfoil hat said, ooh, what's my attitude number? The answer is 7. But more than that, Tinfoil hat, you're born on a 7-day. You have a 7 attitude. You're a 7 life path. Get to Las Vegas and play 777. That's where I would live if I was 777. And as for the tinfoil hat, you ain't just a woofin'. 7s see things that no one else does. They explore all the time. They're trying to figure it out. So I love that you said tinfoil hat, but that's your answer. You're in a personal year of 7, and you've got 777 and your birth date numbers. Wow. You're supposed to work on the spiritual side of who you are. Who am I? What am I? Why am I here? You can get your answers this year. Okay? So thank you for that. And now do we have our wonderful Keith, Vanessa?
Not yet.
There, I see him saying thank you, but.
Oh, there he is. Oh, no, that's not him. That's just his photo.
So, Vanessa, would you like to share with the audience? Did you eat brownies? Did you eat some suspicious brownies that someone gave you today?
I didn't. But Keith, I do want you to ask. Keith, I'd like you to be ready to check your email for me.
Well, we can't turn this into a long thing. He may have to wait for the next time. Honestly, if we can't do it, I was just being spontaneous.
Glynis, you could sing. Glynis, you could sing for everybody, Glynis.
I could sing for everybody? No, we've got other people while we wait. Is Keith going to come on?
Are you having a?
There are other people floating around,
I hope so.
I can certainly answer that. I love tinfoil hat. You need to respond to what I wrote. Since I see you there, let's see you at the bottom. Little comment. Of course, I can sing.
That is a really, really great name.
I go out walking after midnight and in the moonlight, just hoping you will be somewhere a-walking after midnight, searching for me. Because I'm always up at midnight, right, Banny?
Well,
there, Station 06,
yes,
Patsy.
I do.
How much did we love Patsy Cline?
You're my sister.
We could talk about Patsy Cline for a second because I never get over her. You know, her numbers.
Love.
But I'm not sure. She was either an 8 life path born on a 5-day or born on an 8-day 5 life path. And if you've looked at her story at all, she went through so much drama. I mean, she was physically beat by her husband. You know, she worked really hard to make her career happen, and she was so gifted. But the biggest shocker was how she passed away. That she was on that little plane trying to get to a concert and ended up dying. You know, and to me, when I talk about the extreme of energy, the extreme side of 5-8 is like, you just can't believe it happened. And that's what always comes to my mind, because that woman's voice knocks me out. And whenever anything's on about her, I'm glued. What a wonderful gift. And she certainly left it for us. So there's Ann saying the great Patsy Cline. Yes, no question. Yeah. All right. So, and then other people saying, Patsy, everyone loves her. Well, that's a song my mom and I love to sing. We haven't sung it in a while, right, Mom? I stopped to see a weeping willow crying on its pillow. Maybe he's crying for me. Yeah, Mom sang that song all the time, Benny. Remember when she was a stripper part-time because Dad made her work?
So I don't know if Keith is, it looks like.
She didn't even hear me. This is what I love about Vanessa. Okay, do we get Keith or is it over, babe?
Well, so can you hear me, Glynis?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so what I was saying was, Keith, I don't know if Keith knows, I sent him an email so he could come on. I sent you a link, Keith. I know you've been on live with us before, so
yes.
If you could just click the link that I sent you in an email.
All right, so here's the deal. For the rest of the people, here's what we're going to do. We're going to wrap it up, but I'm going to do another event next week. We will do more live reads, and Keith will get on camera because I'm not going to make that big announcement.
Keith is saying I'm here. I know you're here, Keith. We want you on video. We sent you a link in your email so we can see you. Glynis wants to give you a special gift.
And it's just for following my work. Which means
check your email.
Everybody tuning in right now, you could end up being Keith.
And then Tinfoil Hat said, OMG.
Yeah, for the accuracy, I mean, that's all we got from Tinfoil.
She said, for real. She said, OMG, for real.
Oh, yeah. No, your numbers are a trip. I mean, you're powerful. Powerful, but you don't like humans very much. There's no way you do, Tinfoil. That's why you go by that name, because, you know, you can only put up with so much when it comes to people. They make you nuts. Now, personal year of 7. Because your attitude number is a 7, you're in a personal year of 7 right now. That's what that means. But Tinfoil Hat, I'm asking you, and I can see you down there. Do people make you nuts? Because you can't put up with liars, and someone's dishonest, like, I gotta go. And if they're talking too much, like, please take my life. I can't listen to this anymore. So you do that. You know how to mentally leave the building. I'll put it to you that way. Absolutely. Especially with 777. Yeah, Sweet Dreams. That movie was excellent. We'll pop that up. Patsy Cline. Isn't that sweet?
Look at that picture.
I thought it was me, Benny. I'm like, wait. From when I had that salad that one time. So
yeah.
We have to give up on Keith. Yes, we are wrapping.
All right, let's wrap. Sorry, Keith. Not sure why you weren't able to get on the link.
Hey, Keith, I'm sitting here doing visuals when my camera's not working. I'm like, you missed it by that much. I'm playing with myself at this point, and that's not good. All right. It's Numerologist Glynis McCants. Thank you so much for tuning in. Spread the word. We're going to do these events right here on YouTube, and you should subscribe to the channel and follow it so you know exactly when I'll be there for you. All right. Hope you have a wonderful day and see you soon. And remember, Mercury in retrograde is about to rear its little head. Pay attention.